Notch really got me into indie game development. I remember playing an early build of Minecraft. I think it was in 2010 or 11. And it was so exciting because Notch was just going out on a limb and doing something on his own. He wasn't relying on a publisher. He wasn't relying on AAA. He just wanted to take a great concept, a great idea, and make a game. And that was kind of unheard of back then, to just go out on your own and make an indie game and then ultimately make as much money and have as much success as Notch did. I mean, when you see the original prototype of Minecraft, which it was called the Cave Game, when you see just how simple and crappy this game is, it really is such an amazing success story. But at the end of the day, it shouldn't surprise you that this simple concept turned into the billion-dollar game that it is. And every great game starts with a super simple concept like this. If it's not a great concept at the very beginning in its most abstract form, it's probably not worth finalizing or finishing your game. That's kind of like putting lipstick on a pig. But in Notch's case, this idea right here, the ability to place blocks and break blocks, that was an unheard of idea. And it was procedurally generated, so that was even cooler, right? So you could explore procedurally generated caves. That was unheard of at the time. This idea here seems really simple, but it's in fact genius. And it comes once every 100 years. And so Notch got that idea. I don't know how he got the idea, but it was the billion-dollar idea. Obviously, guys, sky was the limit for Minecraft. And Notch ultimately ended up selling Minecraft for $2.5 billion to Microsoft. I think a lot of us, we dream of making a ton of money. And don't get me wrong, making money is a lot of fun, and money makes the miserable parts of life a little bit less miserable. But in Notch's case, he's very honest about everything. The money that he got from Minecraft kind of sent him into a tailspin of depression. I mean, he ended up buying this massive house here. You can see a post from Notch right here. What is he looking at? Is that like candy or something? I don't know what that is. But you can see Notch here was really excited about buying this new house with the money he got from Microsoft. He said, all of this is so weird. I feel so lucky and out of my element, but I thought I should give it a shot. So he bought this massive mansion in Beverly Hills, right? And it looks cool, you know? It looks like, I don't know, a dream property. Honestly, it looks kind of depressing, kind of cold. When you see these massive houses, it's a cool flex. Like, I would love to flex this to my friends and family. Ultimately, maybe even a week or 2 weeks after living here, I would get depressed because it's massive and it just makes you feel more lonely. I mean, I can't imagine being in this house completely alone. I mean, think about it. You've just created one of the most, I would say, the most successful indie game of all time, video game of all time. You've just bought this massive mansion in LA. You're surrounded by Hollywood elites. And he did do that. He surrounded himself with Hollywood elites and hung out with all the famous people who were his neighbors. But ultimately, at the end of the day, Notch kind of wasn't an indie game developer. He wasn't really doing anything. He lost motivation. And every once in a while, he would create weird games like this game right here, Cliff Horse. I mean, it almost felt like a troll when he released this. But yeah, I mean, it's not as brilliant of an idea as Minecraft. All right. So yeah, I mean, he wasn't really making that many games. I would say he basically quit indie game development. When you have all that money, when you have all that success, and I would say your greatest accomplishments are behind you, I can imagine it's really difficult to find motivation to do anything. So I'm really thrilled that Notch has started doing something again. If you're not following him on Twitter, you should follow him on Twitter because he's started a new game studio. You can see here it's called BitShift Entertainment. That's his new logo that he posted on April 2nd. I think it's a really cool logo. I think it's poetic. You got your voxels turning into circles. And I think that maybe I'm reading too much into this, but I kind of see it as the transformation of going from Minecraft Notch to something a little bit more well-rounded. I don't know. So BitShift Entertainment is his new studio. So what is BitShift working on? So it looks like he's working on sort of a old school voxel game, which is not surprising. Maybe it's a dungeon crawler game. Yeah, it's a dungeon crawler game. But the cool thing about this is, you know, Notch, he's always creating his own engine. And so you can see here that he's so excited about things that come by default out of the box with Unity, Unreal, or Godot. Yeah, so things like deferred lighting. Obviously you have forward plus, or deferred in Unity, and Notch is really excited because he just finished up deferred lighting in his custom engine. Shadows aren't even available yet. But here's the really weird thing about how Notch does things. He's creating his own engines, which I highly recommend that nobody create their own engines. I've always said that. It's not worth your time, but somebody like Notch, he just has a specific flavor to his work. When you look at his games, look how unique that looks. And it's not just the cool colors, it's just the graininess, the roughness, the retroness to his work. And it's so eye-catching. When I see this, I want to click on it and I want to retweet it. And that's, I think, what makes Notch's work so viral, is that whenever he creates something, it has that specific Notch flavor. And ultimately, I think that's what led to the burnout and wanting to sell Minecraft, because Minecraft was him and he was Minecraft. It was born as a simple idea and ended up becoming something bigger than he was. And so when I see something as simple as this, I get excited. I wonder what this could be. This is another cool screenshot. This kind of stuff is just, it's stuff you want to click on. It's brilliantly done. It's just a really, really unique look. And I don't think you could get this with just something out of the box in Unreal or Unity. And that's why I love Notch. I love how he's just creating things custom. Here's another one. Oh man, that's so cool. Freaking love that. And here you can see what he wants the game to be. Current direction is I'm pushing this project towards being a looter shooter, but with unique swords and capes instead of unique weapons and shields. Borderlands with D20s, if you will. Here's Notch using the big butt principle. Big butt principle being something we know, but with a twist. All right, looks like he got his shadows working. And again, this is all in a custom engine. So I'm excited because it seems like Notch has sort of re-entered the mindset that got him Minecraft. He says here, game dev life is going well. I wake up excited to go to the office. I feel surprised when it's already 6:30 p.m. But when I look at this Twitter feed, sort of to wrap up here, and when I look at his logo here, I see somebody who created the most successful game of all time, and they sold it for billions of dollars. And they found themselves at the final, end of the rainbow. They found themselves kind of wanting to go back to the beginning. And so when you guys are thinking about creating your game and you think about all of the success you could achieve, just remember, I think, what Notch is learning here, which is serious. It sounds cheesy, but making the game, creating games, building your game studio, that's the real treasure. It really is. It is so much fun to make games. It is fun to make money, but I think it gets boring. But I don't think making worlds ever gets boring. By the way, if you want to go deeper into all of this, I have a ton of free workshops for you in the description. I've got a free workshop about how to make 100K with just a demo, and yes, I've actually done this 3 different times. How to get a publisher for your game, or even my course about the handful of ways to make money as an indie. You can check them all out below. They're my treat to you, all free. I just want to see you succeed.